Good evening.
Hello.
So we haven't done bad games for a while, but if you read the description, you'll know it's that time. It's the time where Doug goes into full-blown hibernation because there's a new WoW expansion out.
Yeah.
So I'm not playing. It's just Doug because Doug pays for this shit because he's like an addict. He's got to feed that nom wow habit.
Very much so.
Colin's also with this, but he's not in the room right now. So Douglas,
Yes.
please lay it on us, brother.
All right. Well, this is my character. This is Clevis. I've had Clevis for a very long time. I started playing WoW in 2006, so not right when it came out, but just the next expansion after. And I made my little Nomi mage boy, and I've still got him. He's moved servers many times. He's been a goblin and back to a gnome.
Did you use Clovis?
He was a
Did we play together?
What's that?
Did you use Clovis when we played together? I can't remember.
No. When you and I were playing together, we were playing on Classic Season of Discovery, so okay. I was never a mage in that.
That was fun. I had fun doing that.
Yeah. Well, we've gone through thick and thin, me and old Clevis.
Is I look at my reputation. Or Clovis?
Clevis.
Where'd you come up with the name?
I think it was just one of the random names when I hit the random name generator in WoW.
Doug, is that your background sound or is that Colin? Can you hear that?
I hear it. I don't think it's me.
Okay. Let's be calm.
Can you mute people on your end?
Yeah.
Mute him and see if the audio still sounds weird.
It's not letting me. Oh, it is. It's you.
Okay. Is it me? Oh,
no,
it went away.
It went away.
I think it is Colin. Let's see if it comes back.
Yeah, it's Colin. I'm going to get Colin a better headset. Just as like a gift.
Yeah. Just mute him for now because it's kind of annoying. When he comes back, we can unmute him.
Yeah, it's a real weird sound too.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So as we get into this, I just want to say, if you are not listening to or watching the videos of Larry Dickham on YouTube, we're not friends because it's fucking hilarious. Especially if you like stuff like Black Dynamite, or if you really love those old blaxploitation movies, or like Marvin Gaye and Curtis Mayfield and shit like that. He like scratches all those itches. And it's tremendous. So yeah, I can't even express how funny he is, but I didn't realize he has songs. And he can fucking sing. It's wild how well he can sing. Colin, what is that noise?
There's some noise coming from your mic.
You got a weird background sound going.
It's not as loud as it was.
No.
When your headset was down on the ground.
I gotta just get you a headset, brother. I get you want
something. It's something digital. It's something like it's something. I think it's just like interference or something.
I'm so sorry, guys.
No, you're fine. We're just giving you shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, we'll get used to it.
Oh no.
So Doug, what's the new expansion? Give us the lowdown.
It's called The War Within. It's a good old double entendre because it's all about the struggles of some characters. Oh, who's this person just popped up in front of me?
Ooh, Cryo.
She's got full transmog to be there's a boss that dresses like that. Anyway, yeah, it's War Within, so it has to do with fighting internal conflicts within yourself. Plus, most of this expansion takes place underground, so it's also quite literally the War Within.
Do you get to fight yourself at any time?
Maybe not. I think the more the main characters that are some of the main characters that aren't us, that aren't the people. But yeah, so I was saying this is my Nomi boy. I've had him since 2006.
I love how you're like, that aren't people. And I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Like like human beings, like you and me, like
Oh, you know what it means.
NPCs. NPCs aren't real people, Ben. I hope you know that.
That's fucked up, man. That's PC.
They should be.
I know.
Doug's just like,
Very
I'm
humanist of me.
the main character in my story. That's bullshit.
I am. That's right.
Aren't we all?
So you're a gnome. What's your class?
I am a gnome. I'm a mage.
Okay.
I've
Why
been
the
a gnome
mage class?
since the beginning? When I first started playing, I just wanted to play something that was easy and something that something that was easy but powerful at the time, and it was both of those things during the Burning Crusade. So that's what it was.
So have you? I know that you have like this weird relationship with WoW where you're like,
I do.
I'm done playing this, and then you'll be like, baby, I can't quit you.
Yeah, I play for pretty much 2 months straight every time a new expansion comes out, and then maybe I'll pick it up a little bit.
And everything else around you.
I don't have any friends in this game. In this game, I'm all by myself.
I played this shit with you, man.
Well, yeah, well, we played like classic stuff, and it was good. It was good.
Doug
I'm
just
referring to like retail, the normal game.
Doug just dismisses my like, yeah, but you know what? I'll play WoW. I'll try it out.
You played for like a month. That's not a real WoW play.
I played a lot in that month.
You did.
I tried, Doug. I tried really hard to make you love me. to be your WoW wife, and you were like, yeah, you do all right.
You leveled a hunter to 25 in classic WoW, and it was very nice.
I did.
You were providing leather for your family.
I was
running a small business owner.
Small business, baby. Everything I did, for my family.
Nice.
This is the war within. I'm going to take to the skies on my little flying disc and fly around this island.
What?
Is that like
This is the capital city of the.
No, I'm saying is your little flying disc. Is that like a flat magic carpet, but like not a magic carpet because they don't want to get sued by magic carpet companies?
It's a disc for mages, but I believe if I there we go. There's my magic carpet.
Oh, you have an actual magic carpet.
Of course I do.
Oh, lordy.
So this is the capital city. It's a city of earthen, which are they're like dwarves, but they're made of rock.
Like
they live here on this island. Yeah. So this is the capital hub. I've done all the quests in this zone so far, at least all the ones I can see. I take a look at the map. Looks like this is our starting zone, our starting island, with lots of stuff on it. The theater performance starts soon. Ooh, curtain call. Should we go see what this theater performance is?
Doug, you're telling the story, baby.
Yes, please.
I have no idea.
So is there new lore and cool stuff in this?
Oh yeah.
Or is it just like we want your money?
The land of the planet of Azeroth is coming to life. It's basically, I'm pretty sure the story is just the same as Eternals. There's a titan inside of the earth that's growing. At least that's what we assume is happening right now. The something from the planet is speaking to us.
What's it saying? Do you know?
It needs or something. And it told us to go here, but it was actually probably an evil void elf that told us to go here. Actually,
what the fuck is a void elf?
It's an elf that.
Yeah, what is that?
The void. It's a void elf, you know.
No, I don't know. That's why I asked, Doug.
Well, I don't really know either. It's the void is a realm.
Evil than a blood elf.
Is that new?
Oh yeah, way more.
I don't remember.
It's newish. It's newish. Yes, Classic WoW did not have void elves.
That's new to me
for sure. Yeah, void elves is a race you can actually play in this game.
Oh.
I think they're
Ooh.
Horde characters. I'm not sure if they're Horde or Alliance. Okay, I don't know what this theater event is. Nothing's happening, so we're gonna take Back to the Skies.
For the Horde.
Yeah, so this is the big city. Yeah, so Azeroth's been calling out, so we came to this island to help out to see what was going on, but it was actually the evil void elf and I don't think she's technically an elf. I think it's just her like visage or something. She's actually just a pure evil void being or something. I don't know.
So the void is like a entity.
It's just a realm where evil shit lives. I don't know.
But is the realm its own like deal? It's like its own.
It's like its own dimension or something. Yeah.
But is it like a sentient dimension? Is what I'm trying to ask.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just full of sentient evilness.
Okay.
But yeah. So yeah, it's called out. We teleported the island of Dalaran here, which has happened in several expansions.
What's the island of Dalaran?
The city of Dalaran is a floating island that floats around. It's a city of mages that does all kinds of magical shit. It came here, and then the evil void elf blew it up. It blew it up. It's destroyed. It's gone.
Is it a floating city?
So, it was a floating city before it got destroyed.
Man, it sounds like WoW's been fucking stealing heavy from the Forgotten Realms.
Oh, everything from this is stolen from other stuff. Just like most, like I'm sure most stuff Forgotten Realms was stolen from other stuff too.
The Isle of Dorne. That's Dorne straight out of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the main character, one of the main characters, Anduin,
which definitely didn't steal from anyone else.
Yeah.
Hey, no, completely original work of art. What are you talking about?
What are you
exactly?
talking about?
All right, so this was the starting zone. I'm going to go to the second zone that I finished the main story quest in. But like I said, everything in this is pretty much underground. So
it's more of a dungeon.
Down to Goblin Town.
Here we go.
I don't remember dungeons being a huge thing in the previous one we played.
So we just never got to them.
Oh, well.
Dungeons are a big thing in WoW.
Yeah, dungeons are huge.
The dungeons.
Fuck me, right?
Deep underground. Yeah. Going down and down and down.
So what is when you go into these dungeons, what's the purpose? Is it just loot?
Well, so this isn't a dungeon so much. This is just a zone. It just happens to be underground. So there's nothing. This isn't a dungeon.
Okay, so some
dungeons.
You got to remember, Doug, that we're using terminology that, in like the context I understand it, is
which is
far
D&D,
different. Yeah, or tabletop games. Period.
Yeah. Well, you played Classic WoW, so this is a zone like Elwyn Forest or Westfall.
Or the Undercity.
Yes. So this is a zone.
Which is where all the cool guys hang out.
This is the Ringing Deeps. This one is also full of earthen, but it's also full of kobolds.
Kobolds are cool, man.
They are. They have candles. All right, I gotta figure out where the heck I'm going. Yeah, this is the let me just stop it. So this is the whole map of the expansion. So we had the Isle of Dorne up here is where we started, and this is all the big underground area. And I've done the main quest line in the Ringing Deeps, and I'm ready to go to Hallowfall, which from what I've seen is pretty cool.
How long did it take you to do these?
I did every quest in the Isle of Dorne. Uh-oh, I'm being attacked by a kobold. Hey, kobold, get out of my face.
Talk shit, get hit.
There's a lot of kobolds here. Let me go run back here. Looks like I got some friends back here. That'll help me out.
Talk shit, get hit, Doug.
Okay, I'm going to stand back here. So I did pretty much all the quests I could do here. It took me, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours.
So I guess like when I'm thinking about that, like time investment wise, when you're looking at like WoW, do you feel like it gives you what you want for the amount of time and money and everything you put into it? Like, and I'm not trying to be, and I'm not trying to be dicky.
Yes.
And
No, I
I'm
know.
actually not trying to be dicky about that. I'm serious.
For money when it comes out with the expansion coming out, yeah. Like a lot of times once I'm done with kind of all the stuff I want to do, then I get burnt out on it and then I'm not interested. And sometimes I'll let my subscription run for a while when I probably shouldn't. But yeah, for the most part, it is a bit life sucking. Things probably take a bit too longer than they should to do. But that's part of the point of an MMO. So there's a quest there.
I got another question. Is this so, and without like being biased about it, and like longevity not really being the actual marker of it, is this the best game of all time? Because you keep going back to it. Like you have
No, it's definitely not the best game of all time. It's the most addicting game of all time.
Is it the best multiplayer online game?
MMO, I would say it's the best one. It's hard to say.
How many other have you played?
Not that many. I played some Final Fantasy 14 or whatever that one is. Honestly, that's about the only other one I've played. Yep. So,
hi, Randy.
No EverQuest or anything?
No, I never played anything before WoW.
So what makes it bring you back?
Yeah, I did EverQuest, and then I remember Warhammer had that one MMO up for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Just I like the story. I like playing my mage.
Is it so? It's like comforting. It's like
it's comforting. I've been so many places with my gnome mage. I just like doing things with him. So it's fun to blow stuff up too. All right, we're going to talk to Anduin here, and before long, we're going to go take a quest to the next zone.
Do you have a favorite NPC to interact with?
Jaina Proudmoore, of course. She's my girlfriend.
A, I don't know who that is, and B, that feels real presumptuous and weird.
Jaina is she's a character that's been around since before World of Warcraft. So she was in like the Warcraft 2 and 3 probably. She's a frost mage. I've also always been a frost mage, so and I Colin
and I were talking about this a little bit. Were you a RTS player then? Were you I didn't play those when they were out. I've kind of dabbled in Warcraft 2 and 3 from time to time, but I've never really paid attention to what was going on or anything. So I had no idea what any of the story was. I think I probably played more Warcraft 2 than Warcraft 3, honestly. I did not care for Warcraft 3. I loved
really?
The first Warcraft, yeah, and the second one.
I loved that
3
one.
Was just like it felt like there was too much. Like it was like this is just too much shit going on.
There was a lot of shit going on.
Whereas like Warcraft 2 is like maybe for me beyond Dawn of War 2 my favorite RTS of all time.
This one doesn't fly.
And even like Civ is, I don't even know if you considered Civ an RTS anymore. But those two games especially were just like I can still play Dawn of War 2. And I can still play Warcraft 1 and 2. And some of it, is the wonderful derpiness of the orcs. What is it?
Yeah.
But and some of it, in Dawn of War 2, it's also the derpiness of the orcs. Just like screaming and using like machines that no one else can use because they're basically Rube Goldberg items.
All right, I'm going to fly to the next zone because I haven't been there yet, and I want to see what this looks like. So here we go.
Colin, what was your gateway RTS?
Waterfall is cool.
Oh, that's pretty.
God, the first one I probably ever played was oh my God, I think it was made by Sierra. Here, I'll need to look this up. Give me a moment. But like I wasn't the best at it because like I had just gotten into like computer gaming and stuff like that, but all my friends were into it.
Well, while you look that up, let me follow up with a
medieval RTS.
Similar question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite?
Lords of the Realm 2. That was it.
I can't remember that game at all. Did you have a favorite MMORPG? God, I can't.
It was. Probably honestly my favorite of all time. I played a handful, but WoW was. I've spent the most time in WoW for sure. Like from release through Burning Crusade up until God, what was that third expansion that came out or second one?
Wrath of the Lich King.
I can't remember at this point, but like I
Wrath
stayed
of the
with
Lich
it for
King
a good
was
couple of
the
years.
third one.
Doug's telling you.
Yes, yeah, Wrath of the Lich King for sure. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about this game that was so accessible more than any other. The community was a lot more helpful than I felt a lot of others were. And I don't know, the art style and everything, the graphical stylings were great. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I sunk
Kind of
many
like
an hour just
big and
in my room, just
like a little cartoony. To me, the art style for this whole game feels like so fucking toyetic. It drives me nuts that we haven't ever gotten like a really good toy line. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense to you guys?
yeah. It definitely lends itself to that for sure.
I guess
Sure. There should have
McFarlane
been
is doing like
multiple
statues right
lines
now,
of
or like
WoW figures.
I know it's been tried a couple times.
Yeah.
Like I said, McFarlane is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really call them toys, what he's doing now, because they're not very. They don't have a whole lot of articulation, but which is weird.
I don't know if you remember, Ben, but when we went to the throne room together in Stormwind City, and we saw the boy king, the boy Anduin Wynn, and Anduin Wrynn, and now he's all grown up.
Oh shit, that dude's all grown up. Hey man,
he's all grown up.
Tell that dude I said hi.
He was like 2 expansions ago, he was like mind controlled and tortured to do all kinds of evil things, and now he kind of he broke free of that, but he was very sad and wasn't around last expansion, and now he's back.
So do you feel like in this game, like this world, there's a lot of like solid character growth then? Like you feel like I have followed this character through like this many expansions, and I feel like they've gone through changes. They've been through good times.
Yeah, for the most part. I think while storytelling isn't nearly as good as it used to be.
Why do you say that?
They do a lot more of like, oh, something big's gonna happen. It just happens in a cutscene, and you just okay, and it's like not your characters doing it, and it's just a lot of the big main NPCs just doing things in cutscenes, and that's pretty much it.
So they've Forgotten Realms you. Like, why do I need to be a hero in the Forgotten Realms when there's all these other giant level characters just walking around, supposedly doing things? It makes you it's the cucking of your heroes.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's like it's one of those things where just like classic WoW, and the first couple expansions were just so cool, and they were so. Also, the tone of the games is a lot different than it used to be. It's definitely softened a lot.
Softened, okay.
It's not quite as hardcore as it used to be. It's not all about
Oh, really?
good and evil and killing and all that kind of stuff. It's definitely, they've made it for a more general audience. So.
Okay, that I don't know if I understand that.
Well, it's just it's like I'm trying to think. So like I don't know. So many of the things in the beginning was just about. There was just so much about murder, and it was just basically the first couple expansions were like Game of Thrones, and since then it's been more not Game of Thrones. I'm trying to think of what else to compare it to. I'm not sure what to compare it to, but it's just I don't know. It's just not the same.
Is it? Which is weird because Game of Thrones is now like this big cultural touch point. So it's weird that it like actually went away from that.
Yeah. So I think so. Yeah. I guess it's kind of like it's gone from from an R rating to like a PG rating kind of thing in the content is what it feels like a lot of the time. So.
Okay.
So yeah, so that part's kind of sad, but other than that, it's still. People do complain about like characters cry and stuff, which I don't care about. Whatever, that's fine by me.
That's dumb as fuck. Like anybody who says that's stupid as hell.
Yeah, so when I say it's gone soft, I don't mean it's like, oh, everyone's all sad and cries and talks about their feelings all the time. Because there are people who complain about that. I don't care about that. So
are these the same people who use the word woke in a sentence?
Yes, those.
Because they should get kicked right in their genitals.
So yeah, when they say it's like, yeah, it's gone PG versus what it used to be R rating. Okay, I get that.
Whoa.
Hello. There's a lumberjack on a.
Is that a warg?
Wolf bird thing.
It's so it's like kind of like it's like a hippogriffin or a griffin. No, not a griffin. I guess. I don't know. It's like
in this game, it's called a wolf hawk in this game, I guess.
Ooh, it looks like the thing that Beastman flew around on in the Mike Young Productions 2000X He-Man show. Those things were awesome, and they made toys for them in classics. But Jesus, are they expensive? Also hard to get now.
So yeah, this is some race of
what's that dude right there?
That came here. What's this guy? Hey, dude. He is some sort of dwarf. What kind of dwarf is this?
Like,
it's not a normal dwarf.
That's scary.
I can't remember all the different types of dwarves.
That guy looks very.
Are there evil dwarves now?
I think so. He's a paladin.
If there's not, that's dumb.
I don't know how you can actually see what his. Here, actually, you know what? Here, I'm going to show you what. I gotta wait till it logs out, but I'll show you like all the different races that are in this game now because there are so many different ones. But I got to get to the login screen.
Does that bug you, Doug? That like the metagame has continued to progress to such a level that maybe it's hard to keep up?
I hate the fact that the gameplay is so fast now. There's like 20 different back when I started playing
back in my day.
I pressed one button. I pressed Frostbolt, and that's the only button I pressed. And sometimes I'd, have to do my utility spells. I could still blink out of the way. I could maybe freeze things here and there. But if I was just hitting a boss, I would just hit Frostbolt. Now I've got like 6 or 7 spells that I got to rotate through on my normal rotation.
And that's just
very
frustrating.
It's much more Twitch gaming. Like, you got to go really fast and move your fingers and know everything set. So.
So when it comes to that, Doug, would you consider like you're more of a gamer who plans rather than someone who just does like everything based upon like that idea of like quick twitch?
Yeah, I like slower paced gameplay. I always have. Okay, Colin, here's for you. So we got our original 4 races for Alliance: humans, dwarves, night elves, and gnomes. But then Draenei was Burning Crusade. Worgen was Cataclysm.
So remind me what the Draenei are. They're like
Draenei are just aliens. They're from a different planet.
Aliens.
Like in the same solar system, though, right?
I don't know if there even are solar systems in this game. They're from some faraway planet. They came through portals, not through space. Well, I guess technically they did come through from a spaceship, but they've also come from portals too. So. So them, we got Worgens, which are just werewolves. They turn into humans. You can be human.
Very magician mage.
They look awesome.
We got our pandas from Mists of Pandaria.
That's the one that, if I remember right, is very reviled. Is there a reason behind that?
No, gameplay wise, no. It's loved. It was one of the loved expansions.
Oh, really? Because I
people really liked it. People thought it was cheesy because original The Pandas was an April Fool's joke from Blizzard. And then like 10 years later, they made him an actual playable race in the game.
But, Blizzard's also a terrible company. So, I mean,
Yeah. Drakthir, this was the last expansion.
Holy shit!
They became very terrible. They used to be awesome.
That's fucking
they were awesome, and now they're one of the normal corporate gotta give money to shareholders companies. So now they're just evil like everybody else. But
what? Well, hold on. What are you talking about?
What? Any game company it's a big gaming conglomerate. So now it's just pure capitalism where they're just doing everything they can to make as much money as possible. They're not really concerned about making games that are fun.
I thought you were talking about that dragon guy in particular. Like
Oh no,
Yeah,
not this guy. No, I'm talking about
This guy's
Blizzard.
just a capitalist fuck, and no one likes him. And I was like, God damn! They
No,
made a
Blizzard
dragon race
is
of
yeah.
They went
shitty
full corporate,
capitalists?
these dragons.
Yeah.
So yeah, Drac there. We've got Void Elves. So there's the Void Elves I was talking about. So they're just elves, but they're like kind of. I guess they're still Alliance. So I think, yeah.
So they're on
Look at
Alliance.
They're Alliance. I think it's because Illyria Windrunner is a Void Elf, and she's an Alliance character.
So because she does it, everyone else got to do it.
I think so. Like all of her homies are also Void Elves, and
All
they're also
my
Alliance.
homies are void elves.
We've got Lightforged Draenei, which are Draenei from another timeline, from an alternate timeline.
Ooh. Ooh.
We had that one expansion where we went to an alternate timeline for a while, so
Doug,
that's where they're from.
They've
I'm
gone
a
full
comic
MCU.
book guy. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm a comic book guy, and a dorky dork. But even that's a little much for me. Even I have to draw the line somewhere.
Well, here was that guy we saw. He was a Dark Iron Dwarf. So recall the dwarves that live in Black Rock Mountain, those dwarves. So they've kind of come into the fold, and they've kind of joined the Dwarven Alliance has been rekindled, and now the Dark Irons and the Bronzebeards, which are the ones from Ironforge, and then the Wildhammer ones, which are the ones from that northern zone.
Who are those boys we smashed all the time that were like evilish dwarves?
You and I were smashing. If they're evilish dwarves, they're probably these guys, Dark Iron Dwarves.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now they're characters you can play.
They're an Alliance race you can play. Yeah.
Man, I thought the Alliance were like kind of the good guys, kind of, I guess. But like, but they've got a lot of like races that don't sound like they mesh with the alignment.
Yeah. So Earthen is one I haven't unlocked yet, but that's the
why. Why is that?
Why is
because I'm about to be like,
I think
Alliance got cool as fuck.
because they're trying to balance everything out. Because like everyone talked about the Horde races being ugly and the Alliance races being good, and they don't want the game to be like Alliance good, Horde evil. Although a lot of the storytelling they've done the last like several expansions have really made the Horde be the evil guys, but they're trying to balance it a little more.
Don't the Horde like have that like undead elf lady who's just a real piece of shit?
They used to. She died.
But isn't she not dead? Isn't she like?
Well, she was undead, and then now she's like actually dead.
Oh, they did.
Or she's like, or well, she's like, she'll come back at some point. But like, yeah, we had an expansion that was we had an expansion that was like in the realm of death, like in hell. So she's there. I think she's still there. But yeah.
Whoa.
So we had our Earthen race. That's the new one for this expansion. Both Horde and Alliance can be Earthen. So they're basically just like stone dwarves.
Okay.
We've got our Kultiran. They're basically humans, but just a different kind of human. So they're just basically big boys. So if you want to be a big boy human, you can be this guy. As opposed to the just like tiny boy human.
Yeah, they're just like barbarian-ass humans.
More or less, yeah. So the big boys. And then we've got another kind of gnome, mecha gnomes.
Ooh,
it's another gnomes, but they're like mechanical.
Groups. What?
So those are all the Alliance races. So on the Horde side, we got our originals. We got our orcs. Sweet. We've got our undead. We've got our Tauren.
Ooh.
And we've got our trolls.
Yeah.
Are the Tauren then? So I only know the Tauren as a race of that somebody we used to run around with was very fond of. Are they cool?
Yeah, they're cool. They're cow people. They're like the good guys of the Horde from the original expansion because they're very nature loving and all that kind of stuff. So they're pretty cool. I like Taurens.
It's like you cool.
Yeah. And then they have their blood elves. This was like the first race that got added to the Horde to make them a bit more pretty, so they wouldn't just have all the ugly races.
That's some races.
And then they added goblins. So they have goblins, which is their version of gnomes.
Yeah, and the goblins are like more like buildery, like not like that kind of classic, goblin. Like
they're very
they're
industrious. Yeah, they're good at engineering. Horde can be bandits too. Horde can be Drakthir as well. They can also be dragons.
Evil.
And then we've got our Nightborn, which are like evil elves. So another version of it. So that's is like the equivalent of the Void Elf over here. Horde got Nightborn. Kind of like a drow.
Okay.
Listen to Big Brain on Doug talking D&D talk.
Yeah.
I haven't unlocked these guys.
Doug, you trying to get me horny?
It's just an alternative Tauren. It's kind of like our alternative Draenei. There's alternative Taurens. We've got our Maghar orcs. So these are the orcs that never drank the blood of Manaroth. So they still have brown skin as opposed to green.
Who the fuck is Manaroth and why is
Manaroth was a pit lord. He was like a demon or something like that, and it was like part of the storyline was that the Horde race was enslaved, so they got tricked into drinking the blood of Manaroth and became enslaved. So they were promised
by that little dude with the humpback who was in the movie.
Yes, Gul'dan.
Yeah,
Gul'dan
was he's a real.
Well, he was kind of a stooge. Technically, it was Nur-Zul who did it, who was the original Lich King. I think he was the one behind it, and Gul'dan was like a stooge. But of course, Zul, the Lich King, he was also the puppet of somebody else, who was the puppet of somebody else. So it's just like
that's some Lord of the Rings
story.
That shit.
Yeah. So that's what we have. So we've got our Maghar orcs. So these are alternate reality orcs, just like alternate reality Draenei.
Shaggy.
We've got they've also got earthen they can be, and then we've got Zandalari troll, so a different form of troll.
Oh,
because these trolls are the dark spirit trolls.
Orcs,
these are Zandalaris.
All of a sudden, to me, they look like Rawhead Rex.
They do look like Rawhead Rex. Holy shit!
Ooh,
hey, Doug. Doug.
Yeah.
What is the deal with
for real, right?
The orc in the movie, who is like a light-skinned orc, who's like a pale-skinned orc.
I think he's a half orc. I'm not sure, unless you're talking about Thrall, which I'm not sure why he's light-skinned.
Because I didn't know if that was like a deal with them boys. Because like I like the idea of like orc tribes and like being so split that they, not to be like
so there are a bunch of different tribes of orcs.
Yeah, but I mean like that they get to a point where they they almost become separate races, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think it's got to that, but there were definitely half orcs, like half human, half orcs.
Okay.
Yeah, and the last race we had to go along with the Mechanome is the Volpera, which
I think the
foxes.
lady
character, Fox boys.
Yeah.
Oh,
like you even have the different colored eyes.
What?
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, but I've definitely seen some people that I'm like makes me want to make one of these where he got a red fox and then he always makes the cosmetics to look like
like Red Fox
from the fox from
that was funny.
Robin Hood.
That was funny. How can you?
I don't know who Red Fox is.
God damn it, Doug!
I'm assuming it's a comic book character.
No.
Okay.
He was a fucking comedian.
Oh.
Okay.
He's a very famous African American.
I would be a Red Fox and just run around being like, "You dummy!"
Yeah. Lamont, get to the the truck. Elizabeth, I'm coming.
So many races at it, and then since Colin last played, there are monks, and you were around for Death Knights.
Yeah.
And then there's how do I get a demon evokers, which is the only if you have to be a dragon to that, and then
what is that?
Death Knight or demon hunters. You have to be an elf to be a demon hunter.
What's your favorite class, Doug, that you don't
what was it? Illidan? Wasn't he one?
Yeah, he was the one. That's where they came from.
Oh, damn, look at that.
Doug, what's your favorite class you don't play?
I don't play
class you're like, ooh, this is really cool, but definitely not for me. Like definitely not my play style.
Well, I don't play any melee characters for the most part. I'll play Paladin sometimes to kind of be a tank.
Why?
I just don't like being up close. I like being standing back and shooting. Like I feel like melee is even more Twitch gameplay. You got to run in and out of stuff way more. It feels like, I don't know.
That's fair. I'm just curious.
But so I don't normally play that. So it's one of those. Maybe just a straight up warrior.
I played Rogue
other
a lot,
games I'll
and that
play
was
warrior a
so
lot.
like.
Was Rogue stressful?
Also-
Do you do a lot of PvP ever?
I rarely do PvP. I do like Shaman.
For me, it was.
I think I might actually start trying to play.
I did a
Shaman
lot
this,
of PvP,
this,
and that's where it became
this round.
crazy.
Because I have this dude. I got a big boy, Huckleberry. He's my shaman. I might play him some this expansion if I actually do it.
Yes.
So he's a big boy and he's a shaman. So
Does he yell when he talks?
I don't know what he sounds like when he talks, honestly. Let's find out.
Weak. I wanted you to do the voice, Doug.
No, I have no idea. I don't know. He just yells and points all the time.
Yeah. He says "son of a bitch," but not as much as his friend Trapper.
These son of a bitch Nerubians. Nerubians are the bad dudes of this current expansion.
Also, when I was talking earlier about Larry McDiven, he has a fake malt liquor commercial on his YouTube page where it basically says, if you want to turn your woman into a Sasquatch, just give her this malt liquor. It's pretty good. I'm not doing it justice, but it was fucking funny. She's a squatching. It's time to get to hollering. So what's the plan, Doug? What are you trying to get done tonight?
Oh, I don't know. I've just been leveling is all I've been doing.
Just on that. Are you on the grind, Douglas?
On the grind, yeah, grinding. I'm grinding away.
You know
level 77.
You know that's what I like. That's what my favorite fucking shit.
Yeah, I'm quest grinding. Yeah. I wanted to get into professions and do some more gold making because I always find that fun. So I've already sold a bunch of crap and made some gold. So feeling good about that.
Are you trying to start a small business?
I will eventually. I'm on a quest first for a bit, just enjoy myself. Like you can make a ton of money at the beginning of expansion, but you got to be pretty sweaty about it, and I don't want to be sweaty about it.
I'm all about them small businesses.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much.
It's the only time that I'll ever be like pro businesses in a video game. What would the Azerothian Chamber of Commerce say?
I'm not sure if I have anything that says how much gold I have or not. Total.
Does that shit carry over?
Yep.
Damn.
It goes through quite a bit of inflation though. So, and now you can buy it with real money. It's kind of
fucking Biden.
Yeah, but I know it's all Biden's fault.
Causing inflation in Azeroth. I know it's not funny, but I find it funny. So, fuck you guys.
Yeah, I don't think it says anywhere what my total income
If you
is,
want her to itch your
cash
squatch, drink this malt liquor. That's what it was. Hey, he's either a senile old man or he's a criminal fucking genius. There's no in between.
All right, I'm gonna go do this quest. So yeah, I just came here with Anduin. He's like, "Whoa, look at this place!" And so there's this big crystal in the sky that like goes between light and dark. So, which is like a race of people a race of aliens that we've seen before. So we're not sure if that's part of them or not.
The Draenir? Or
the Draenei were related to him. I can't remember the Naru is what they.
So there's been other aliens that have visited.
Oh yeah, so many aliens.
Really?
The Naru were like almost like gods, like almost like demigods.
Naru.
So do you consider this then fantasy anymore?
Like the engineers, an alien.
Or
I'd say
has it become sci-fantasy?
It's still more fantasy than science fiction, but like there's space and there's stuff like that, but it's still mostly.
But but is space the place? That's what I'm really concerned with.
Not this expansion. It's not. It's been before.
Space is the place, yeah.
They'll call me outsider. So this is a race. The Arathi are here, and the Arathi were a race or a subsection of humans that were, I think, like the Arathi Highlands was a zone.
Oh,
so a bunch of them moved here.
Who are these dudes? The Arathi.
Yes.
They're just,
who are they?
Just a faction of humans.
Oh, okay.
That So there were several factions of humans during the wars. Like I think during like Warcraft 1 and 2, there were different sections, and like the humans of Stormwind were only like one of the clans of humans. And the Arathi humans were another one. Okay, I'm gonna get in this cart. And Anduin's gonna talk about that crystal.
Get in the cart, Doug.
We call it a star.
That's right.
So does the fantasy element are the which appeals most to you guys?
Fantasy appeals to me a lot more than sci-fi for these types of games. I like wielding magic. I like fighting with a sword and a shield.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
So it's less like the fantasy elements are just like, oh, I can take it or leave it.
Although I'm excited for that Dune MMO coming out.
Yeah, I saw that was coming out. Sometimes I worry about those games though, because I just feel like it's like, let's slap an.
If you can splice like sci-fi with fantasy just right.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. If you can hit that,
like the one series that comes to mind is Raymond E. Feist.
I'm not familiar.
His what is it? Magician Mage, Magician Apprentice, and then like, oh, they're really good. They're really solid books. Halfway, like through one of them, all of a sudden these portals open, and it's like this race of like basically like space Japanese, like samurai come through and invade this. It's wild. It's very fun. So it doesn't get like full sci-fi, but like the thing of like alternate worlds out there in that space has all this infinite possibility and stuff like that. I dig that. I dig it.
I'm always very curious too, because like I don't consider like John Carter to be like straight fan or just be straight science fiction. So, you know, I think there's a lot of other shit going on in the best way possible.
That's so fantasy. Yeah.
I think it's a nice mixture though. I mean, you know, it's not I think it does a good job of being, you know, wearing many faces, I guess, but not many faces, because that's a different dude.
All right, I need to shatter.
Doug is so unenthused by my bullshit tonight. I love it.
There's Nerubians to kill.
He's like, yeah, keep fucking.
I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna, because
what shouldn't you do?
Take on 3 of these guys at the same time.
Why shouldn't you be doing this?
Yeah. What's your reasoning?
When you start a new expansion, usually if you've got the current gear, you're really overgeared and you can kill a bunch of stuff at once. But as you go on the expansion, your older gear gets worse and worse and worse. So now that I'm level 77, I'm getting closer to the level cap. So I'm going to keep getting worse and worse and worse, which is weird because Vert expansions, like as you level up, you get worse, but you definitely do.
So it's like gear creep.
Yeah, it's just gear creep. So it's like I had the most powerful gear from the previous expansion. So the beginning couple levels are super easy, and
so now they have to punish you.
Yep, now they have to punish me.
Doug's been a bad boy.
So I'm gonna go do something with this hole.
Ooh.
Douglas,
destroy. I'm gonna destroy this hole. Oh yeah.
We are just childish.
Yeah, I don't know. And plus, I just like being a mage. I like being a frost mage.
I'm eternally a 13-year-old boy over here.
Yeah,
I like being a frost mage because it's very defensive. I like doing all my crazy AoE because like I can throw out an orb a frozen orb. I can throw down a blizzard. I can throw down a comet storm.
Do you have a
followed by a meteor?
Do you have a favorite spell?
Oh, I don't know. Frostbolt's pretty cool. I like my basics.
Do you have a favorite spell, Colin?
In this game, I don't know. Ray of Frost is cool.
Say that again.
Big old death ray.
Do you have a favorite spell? In WoW?
Yeah, he was a rogue. He didn't cast many spells, but what did you like?
Well, my favorite thing to do in WoW as a rogue was God, what is it? Like backstab?
Yeah.
That's a sweet move. Like you get all shadowy and you run up behind someone and just like gank them and and it can, back in the day it used to like immobilize them a little bit. So like if you could get that right at the sweet spot, it was just mwah, and you were just this little shit out there just making everyone's day just worse.
Just being a little
shit. Good times.
Shitty little
great
kids.
oldies, cool 108.
Little kids.
But I can't think. I don't know if I ever played much in the way of a caster outside of like maybe kind of. I mean, the closest I got, I guess, would maybe be like Hunter, you know, with some of their area of effect stuff and whatnot. And
was there a reason you like steered clear of like casters?
What? Say it.
Was there a reason like you were like, not really my thing?
I usually tend to go for characters that really get up in the mix and stuff with things. I like being like right there in the middle of a fight, not so much in the background. Yeah.
So yeah, you're like
for sure.
Doug's weak sauce.
I usually was either a warrior or
I want to be in a fight. My name's Doug.
A rogue.
I'm gonna cast spells. Colin's like, I'm sorry, were you talking over there while you were hiding? Because I was too busy murdering. Sorry.
He's a rogue. You can't say much for hiding. He's stealthing around all the time, hiding in the shadows.
I would hide in a lot of bushes and then like sneak up behind. Oh man, especially in PvP. My whole thing was to like get like sneak in like unsuspected in the bases and capture the flag and shit.
Girl, I've been stealing. Colin been stealing.
Yeah, and then the other reason that newer WoW isn't as good as older WoW was
So when you say that, does that come off
when I was 5?
Does that come off to like newer players as like old man yells at clouds? Honestly,
I don't think there are any newer players of this game.
Do you think it is like it's pretty much locked and it's
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things where it just gets so much more complicated every expansion that it's really hard for anybody to pick it up and play the newer version of it, the retail version of it. Classic WoW, that's why another reason Classic WoW is so good is you just pick it up and play it, and it's awesome. And it's not too complicated, and it's more about the fantasy and the role-playing aspects as opposed to the doing all the damage and pressing all the buttons.
Do you think that type of change in the game was a detriment to it in the end?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
I always think it's like, isn't that kind of a thin line to walk, because it's like you don't want it to be boring for old players, but at the same time, like you said, it's just like, this is just power creep now.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just was, it's like they wanted to give you something new every expansion. They wanted to give you new spells every expansion. So, and they just add on. And over time, they have like taken some spells away. But yeah, it's definitely way different than it was. Like, when I was raiding in the Burning Crusade, I was Fire Mage and I would cast 2 spells on my regular.
I love the fact when you said that, it sounded like you were like back when I was raiding in the
Yeah.
Burning Crusades.
And now on my normal rotation, not using any of my utility spells, but just actually doing damage on a single target. Let's see. I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spells regularly. 11, 12, you count these two. 12, 13, counting that one too. So yeah, 13 spells in my regular rotation.
What are those two right there?
These two at the top. These are just my cooldown. So I got Icy Veins that makes me shoot stuff really fast, and then a Mirror Image, which makes there's one Clevis, and then suddenly there's 3 more Clevises.
Give me all them Clevises.
Yeah.
So I got my
Frost, that's so many spells.
Frost Firebolt, my Flurry, my Glacial Spike, my Shifting
Power, overwhelming
Ice
looking
Lance, at it. Ice Nova. Oh, I don't know if I count this one. Ice Barrier, Comet Storm, Frozen Orb, Counter Spell. Sometimes I'll need that. That's more of a utility spell though. So yeah, there's just so many things.
And you feel like it's too much?
Oh yeah, it's way too much.
Even for
it makes it so like
it's just.
Oh, I'm a 40-year-old man. I can't push all the buttons that fast anymore.
Fair.
So it's like so it's I mean, at the same time,
find
it's like,
it ever like distracting from the action
better
on screen to always be looking at?
Oh, it's another reason why like I only play Frost Mage. Like I could play Fire Mage, I could play Arcane Mage, but I've got the rotation, like it's all muscle memory now. I don't have to think about it. I can just do it. Where if I tried to do any of the other mage specs, my damage goes way down because I can't hit. I don't know which buttons to hit when. Because there's just so many different things. Even this spec, it's like I still haven't mastered it. There's still things I could do to make my damage better, just because there's so many different. Not only am I hitting these spells, but like there's those little like procs that randomly go off, and if this one proc goes off, then okay, now I need to hit this button to do the most damage, and it's just it's kind of crazy.
Too much.
It's a lot. I miss the simplicity of it. Same time, they have made it very solo friendly. And now, in this last expansion,
a big deal? Is that a big deal to you?
That's a nice trade-off.
Yeah, I just wish they could do both. I wish they could make it easier to play at a top level, make it easier to pick up new specs, and make it so you can play by yourself. I definitely playing with other people definitely makes WoW a whole different game, and I think does make it way better. But playing by yourself is good in doses. So in this expansion, they added follower dungeons, where now you're going to have a full team of NPCs.
Sometimes though, like you can get into really lame raid parties.
Yes.
Oh wow! Pun intended. Wow. Wow.
Oh wow.
Sorry.
Look at that.
So I'm trying to think, what dungeons can I even do right now?
I think this is Owen Wilson's favorite game. Oh wow. Wow.
That's pretty good, Owen Wilson.
Anyone's watched Owen Wilson.
So if you could only do one aspect of the game, Doug,
I'm working on it.
What would it be? Like if you were like someone's like, yeah, I can keep playing WoW, but like you only can do like raids, or you can only do
I would probably just say questing.
Okay.
Just doing the quests. The dungeons get old. Raiding gets old. Raiding's not fun unless you're with a group of people, I think. And that's why I usually play at the beginning of expansion, because it's just a bunch of new quests, a bunch of new zones. So that's why it's cool. I need to turn down my
Is there anything
camera.
You don't like besides the creep?
Turn down for what?
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty of things. The homogenation of the classes is the thing that sucks, I think. The thing that was cool about original WoW was that all the classes were unique, and they would have certain quests or bosses designed around you needing specific classes. While, yes, I agree, it's a pain, like if you don't have a dwarf priest in your raid, it's okay, then things are going to be a lot harder, and that is annoying. But at the same time, it made you feel really cool when you could do something cool. So there was a raid boss in the Burning Crusade, where you had to have a mage to do it. So I would get to do that with my guild from time to time. So it's like you're not just following the standard pattern. It's like, okay, I've got to go find a bunch of gear that's not the top level gear, but it has a lot of stamina on it because I needed as much health as possible. And it was only a mage could do it because you had to spell steal a fire shield from a boss. And then he would shoot you with fireballs, but you could withstand them because you were constantly stealing his shield.
Nice.
And you were the only class that could do it. And if you didn't have a mage, you just couldn't do that fight. Or you could, but it would have been really hard. So things like that. But now, as a mage, I could teleport around the world. Now every capital city has portals to everywhere in the world. So the fact that I can teleport doesn't mean as much anymore. It still helps a little bit, but like everyone has to get to a capital, then they can teleport, where I can still teleport from anywhere in the world.
It costs them money.
No, it doesn't cost them anything.
Oh, it doesn't. I thought it cost to
So,
teleport. No,
to fly around the world, it takes a little bit of money, but not much. And then mages could make portals where other people could go through them. So that was something that was common. It's like, okay, we ran a dungeon. It's like, hey, everyone's like, hey, great, we've got a mage with us. Will you portal us back to the main town? I'm like, sure, I will. That doesn't happen anymore. And I could make food for people, but nobody needs food anymore. I could polymorph, which was one of the most powerful crowd control abilities in the game. And now, like, most classes have some sort of crowd control that is very similar.
So
shamans have hex, druids have cyclone.
It became like, so people bitch about 4th edition being very WoW-like, but it also feels like WoW became very 4th edition-like.
Yeah, it's just all the classes are generic. It's like, they can all,
which is weird.
No matter what group composition you get, it'll work fine, which, it's got its pros and its cons, but yeah, I definitely miss it. It takes a lot of the fantasy out of it, having like a unique character that can do special things that not everybody can do.
Yeah, it makes it like party makeup becomes obsolete.
Yep. Exactly.
Interesting. Yeah,
that's one of the things I miss the most, I think. And just, the thing I miss is not having time to play it all the time.
Is that because you're an
as far adult? As like, it's because I'm an adult. I'm like, I don't even have kids and I don't have time to, like, I'll take a lot of time to do it here this first couple of weeks, but I can't really know life it like I would want to.
Is this your favorite, like, comfort game?
I don't know if I would call it comfort.
Oh, you don't find
I've got other when the beginning of a new expansion, yeah, but then eventually I get really tired of it and I get really annoyed with it and I get mad at myself for playing it so damn much. So comfort game would probably be more like Minecraft or Factorio.
Fucking Factorio.
But yeah,
that game can lick my nuts.
The other reason this game isn't very comforting is
I've never heard of
really
Factorio.
You can't pause it. If you like factory games where you like build a factory and all about efficiency and solving puzzles,
can you tell how much fun it sounds for someone like me? Someone who sometimes in gaming is just a straight up fucking chaos goblin.
I feel like there was some game we were playing that was very factory-ish, and I think you were really enjoying it. What game was that? I'm not sure. Or you're like setting up assembly lines and things.
I don't know. This sounds like lies. It sounds like you're thinking of somebody else, Doug. I ain't nobody like that. I don't even know these assholes. I would like to do the factory.
I've never seen these guys before.
I would like to. I would like to do the factory
Minecraft. Yeah, we were talking about Minecraft, and you were talking about liking the create mod and wanting to give that a shot, and that's what I was thinking of.
I do want to try that, but I think my thing with Minecraft being in comparison is you can go do other stuff.
Yeah,
and I don't think that's really what Factorium really is.
No, it's just factory making.
Yeah. And that doesn't really appeal to me.
There is a little bit of base defense, but I usually turn that off so I can be pure factory.
Yeah. And see, like, that's definitely not what I'm down for.
Yeah.
If someone's like, was like, hey, what would be your Pound Town game? I would be like, not that.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to level this character, and I might even level one of my other ones.
What are those, like spider riders?
All the way. Yeah, we're fighting these good old Nerubians. I'm looking for corpses to burn. Is that what I'm doing? Tinder boxes recovered. No, not corpses.
Burn the corpses.
Oh.
What was that? They fly? This is like Tremors. They're flying now?
Yeah, they're flying.
Yeah, you missed, Doug. We talked Tremors.
I heard. I know you told me.
You just didn't care.
I was playing pool. I play pool every Thursday night.
Yeah, pool ain't Tremors, my friend.
Yeah. All right, we did all that. Oh, there's a rare over here. Oh, let's go kill this guy with these guys.
Yeah, it was glorious.
It was really good.
I had a fun time. I don't know. Rewatching the first 2 was very enjoyable. There was a steady decline after that. Although 4's fun. 4's got some fun to it.
4
it's
is
like a production of Our
Old
Town with
West.
monsters.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy that.
Yep.
I wish this fucking
And then we get into the
Valley
Jamie Kennedy trilogy.
would
And that's
slow the fuck
no
down
fun
so I could like decorate my fucking house. Also, tell you what I don't like about
your house.
what I'm struggling with Stardew right now is like God, what am I trying to say, Doug? Help me out here.
I'm not sure. What don't you like about Stardew?
I got too much shit going on, man. Like I want to do stuff. Like I
There's
want
too much to do in a day.
Yeah, but I don't have time to do anything because I'm too busy fucking rushing around. Like I know it's like my own fault, like because I'm like rushing around to do shit I don't need to do. But
yeah.
Also, I wish you could turn the furniture. I know that's like not the thing you do in Stardew, but
yeah. All right, we're gonna go on this airship over here at dock.
Oh, 2:00 because I'm in there fucking decorating my goddamn house. Making $30,000 in a day. Insubordinate and churlish, yes.
Making that money.
All right, I need to take a bit of a break. I need to eat some supper. I haven't actually eaten anything. Ben, would you, if you're playing Stardew, you want to just share your Stardew screen?
Talking about. I don't think I'm gonna be on Charlie too much longer, but I'll play for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just like, I haven't eaten supper yet, so I'm gonna grab some supper and then
ooh, look at that little boy.
Yeah.
Just talking about that little boy.
Word.
All right.
Talking about these little wizard hat boys.
Douglas, you're gonna be unavailable, right? So you're not gonna be around this weekend. I mean, you're gonna be around, but you're not gonna be dealing with other humans unless they're online flying wizards. Doug already left.
Wizard
like-
discs.
He's like, fuck you, Ben. I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to get my supper.
I'll do
Yeah,
what
I heard
want.
most of that.
You wanna eat
If
some
I'm going to be
food?
around this weekend, I might still go for a walk tomorrow morning. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
It's gonna be hot tomorrow morning,
Okay.
like uncomfortably hot.
Ooh, nice. Oh, is it really?
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be gross out. Like, and as we all have come to realize,
Yeah,
it can be
yeah,
real
yeah.
gross in the morning, and I don't want to deal with that shit. And we know James, because James is in the Berkshires. James is at a
Oh,
secret.
yeah.
He's at a secret wrestling event.
Should we be talking about it?
Yes, we can talk about it. Actually, I was going to say, Paranormal Pro is having their debut show. The former Vlad Radnoff, the party czar, who knows where the parties are, is doing his own promotion. And he invited us out. I, of course, could not go because the world is still on fire, regardless of what anyone tells you. But James went out, and he is doing stuff. I don't know exactly what James is doing for the show. He is doing stuff, though. And
He's doing a big game, isn't he?
I honestly don't know for sure what he's doing. I really don't.
Okay.
I've talked to Vlad to Chris this week, but not like in depth about anything. Just kind of like, hey man, I hope it goes well. You're gonna kill it, type of stuff, but never like we haven't really like super communicated.
They better have a Bigfoot in that promotion.
Yeah.
I don't think they have one at the beginning, but there's going to be some shit.
I need me a Bigfoot.
I'm well aware that there's going to be some. It is going to be like some shit.
Good.
Doug, you might remember. What do you put in the barrels in the bottom of your house?
What do you mean?
Because I just opened the
Sweet
basement.
berry wine.
Uh-huh.
Don't you put like something different in there besides normal ass shit?
So. You can put whatever you want in there.
I thought you like could age cheese and wine in there.
Small child.
I don't think it matters where you do it at.
The Bigfoot
can't
hot
do it-
dog spot from Mystery Wrestling.
You can't do
I
it.
don't know. I don't know.
Let's see if you can. Can you do a mead? Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Fill it up.
Speaking of paranormal, I was looking at what we're going to do when we're out of episodes of Mountain Monsters, since we only have 3 episodes left.
Mead.
And I did see there were the other shows that same executive producer has made.
That's insane.
Alaskan
You guys have
Monsters.
burned through that.
And which the first season is a bunch of different stuff, and season 2 is all Bigfoot. Although I read the reviews on it, and a lot of the reviews are like, "It's not Mountain Monsters. It doesn't have the same charm. It's a poor man's.
It's not
Monsters.
monsters.
Oh.
Because it's just apparently the cast just isn't nearly as good." So, and then he's also got a new show called UFO Cowboys that also has bad reviews. But
What?
UFO Cowboys.
That sounds fucking wild.
So I think they're both worth checking out. But
Worth something.
yeah. So we can give those a shot.
I mean, yeah, I'm not against it at all.
But we still got all the
Yeah.
By the Fire episodes to watch. And
Have you watched any of those, Colin?
Those are fun.
They are good.
I've watched a few of those.
Do they?
I think Colin's audio is way behind.
Yeah,
him.
there's some random ass people on them. Where it's like, who are you, lady? I am. Yeah. No. Yeah. This PC is junk for how nice it looks. I should have been on my laptop. My apologies.
It's all right.
No, I wouldn't apologize.
These leaves are looking pretty.
This is such a relaxing game.
It really is. Oh, let's see what else.
You know what I got in that incubator over there?
What you got over there?
Oh,
Dinosaur?
I got dinosaur egg in there, baby. I'm gonna hatch me a fucking velociraptor.
What?
I don't think it's velociraptor. I can't remember what the dinosaurs are like in this game.
If you hold out your hand like this to a velociraptor, it'll just stop dead in its tracks and be your friend.
Yeah, I mean, if I've learned nothing else from
I learned that from movies.
Star-Lord, I guess. I don't know. I hate even calling him that.
Don't sully the good name of Star-Lord by referring to Chris Pratt as that.
I really can't stand that dude. And it's really sad to see, like...
You should say films Garfield.
It's really... Well, I would still give that to Bill Murray. It's really sad to see somebody who, like, just turned out to be a real fucking weirdo. Yeah, I know I'm married and I portray myself as being this family guy and everything. And it's real important to me. And I've got a kid with disabilities, but fuck them. Because, Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus wants me to be happy. And by be happy, he
means... My brother is one of those weirdo cops who's got, like, those horrible tattoos that mean he's, like, all about killing people, but whatever, ignore it.
Yeah, he's just...
Yeah, man, the more you learn about Chris Pratt, the more it's just like... I wish he could have just been Andy forever and ever.
Yeah, I mean, it's that proof of we don't know any of these people. They're not real people. Their public personas are just that. They're personas. And we should never, ever forget that. Because I agree. There's times when I've been like, oh, this person seems like a totally good person. And then you like learn about him and you're like, this person's fucking awful.
Yep.
No, don't want the goat. There you go.
Way too often these days. Way too often.
More often than not. So yeah, I mean, but this is me talking and I hate everybody. What about you, Doug? Who do you hate?
You're an equal opportunity hater.
Snap, 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 snap.
I don't really hate that many people.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Doug, I think you're a good yin to my yang of like being a misanthropist. And you're like, yeah, people are all right. And I'm like,
I hate my brother. I hate my brother-in-law.
Yeah, I hate that guy too. I fucking dislike him with a fucking white hot passion.
Yeah.
No, that's warranted, man. That's wow. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
What a piece of human garbage. You know what I feel bad for? Besides the victims,
kitty killed.
The kitty killed. I feel bad for your
Illinois Nazis.
I fucking hate Illinois Nazis. I I feel bad for your sister. I feel bad for your wife. God.
Nope.
Because as we've talked before, she's kind of like she's ride or die with him.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, I'd be okay if he just died. So we ain't got to ride at all. But that's just me. Everybody knows I'm an asshole. Yeah. Did you want then to get together tomorrow and watch the Mountain Monster?
I'll probably pass. I think I'm just gonna stick with my thing all weekend and just go to town.
And by your thing, you mean WoW.
Yeah, I don't know. I might change my mind by Sunday, but
I love how you're like, I'm just gonna stick to my thing this weekend. I'm like, oh yeah, what's that? That's just gonna be playing WoW nonstop.
yeah.
Until my eyes bleed.
Are you free Sunday or are you free both Saturday and Sunday?
I'm free this weekend. I mean, I'm gonna do a little helping Cassandra. So I say this with the utmost respect. Work on the basement. Work on the basement. I don't think she can hear me, so therefore I can't be hit.
Let's see.
Her reach is long. No, I think she's gonna try to knock some of the stuff out, but I don't know. I'm my God, I'm trying to find the best way of saying this without sounding like the biggest asshole alive. It'll be what it's going to be. It's better than it's been. So, I guess. I'd love to see it done, but so yeah, I'm going to be in the basement either way. I'm going to try to organize some more of my shit. I got 2 new heads in the mail today. I might do a little bit of impromptu base coat and zenithal. Because they're good looking heads.
That's nice.
Let's run to the beach. Yeah, no. Oh, I'm going to watch the two Chucky movies I haven't seen.
Oh.
I was going to do that today during work. Then I actually had
there
to
you go.
So, which was dumb. I had to run a report like 4 times because the people who were supposed to have left their information in there failed. I love too when that happens. And their supervisors are just supposed to be are kind of like to me are always like, well, you just got to be patient with the process. And I'm like, no, I don't. Well, you don't understand how hard it is to do their job. I'm like, actually, I understand how hard it is to do their job, to do your job, to every job in between and above those jobs, because I've done all of them. So I'm very aware how hard it is. I also know how to do time management. Oh, I think you and I talked about this, Doug. I don't know if you and I, Colin, if I talked to you about this. So I got these weird, like, form letter things from HR the other day, which, pushed my anxiety into fucking overdrive. them telling me they heard I might need ADA accommodations. And I was like, who told you that? And HR wouldn't tell me at first. And I was like, well, that's funny because like, shouldn't that just between me and you? Not between a third party and you and then me? So eventually, after like 5 emails back and forth over a week, they finally were like, well, yeah, your supervisor said you might need it. Because I was like, in my last email before my very last email, I was like, hey, so when I took this job and I was convinced to leave another job, I said, if you're talking about accommodation for me working from home, that's not an accommodation. That was contingency for me to take the job. Because if I was going to leave that previous job, one of my like negotiation points was work from home forever. So, and that's what keeps me from needing an accommodation. Because the reality is every time I have a seizure, I'm not supposed to drive for 90 days. Do I follow that all the time? No. But I should. And I've gotten better about it following it. So I explained that to them. So I was like, you got to tell me like what the supposed accommodation is, because I have a health team. I have to ask them like, is this for my depression? Is this for my anxiety? Is this for my epilepsy? Is this for my diabetes? What exactly is wrong with me do you want to fucking have me talk to somebody about? So they couldn't really give me an answer. And eventually they were just like, well, your supervisor brought it to our attention. I was like, huh. Well, that's interesting because they didn't talk to me about it. And they're like, well, that sounds like a communication problem between you guys. I was like, okay. Because you can imagine how well I took that. So we had a meeting, like a big like leadership team meeting on Thursday. We have like every other Thursday. So we wrap up with that, which sucked because I got real aggravated with somebody during it. And they acted kind of dicky and I returned serve. So at the end, I was like, hey, Leslie, you go stay on the call. I'd like to talk to you for a little bit. He was like, oh, okay. What's up? And I was like, did you contact HR and tell them I needed accommodations? And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, well, I was like, I'm going to send you this. You can look it over and you can tell me like what the deal is. So I sent it over. We're on Teams together, hashing it out. And he was like, no, I never contacted them. So I don't know what this is. I was like, huh, that's interesting. Because he's like, well, who told you that? And I was like, they did. The compliance officer for HR did. He was like, I've never talked to them. And I was like, well, they, as you can see in the email forward I just sent you, they literally named you by name. So he was like, huh, well, I do have a meeting with them today in like 3 hours. And you can believe I will be asking them about that. So I was like, yeah, if you'd let me know, I'd appreciate it. I never heard back from him, but I have a feeling somebody said something to someone and the response was to, it's most likely that someone was bitching about the fact that I get to work from home and they don't. So,
yeah.
But I was like, what a bunch of fucking dog shit. So anyway, I was very frustrated by it. But it was nice to hear him go like, no, I don't care. He's like, do you have any, Mitch? Do you have any like performance issues or something we need to talk about? No. Okay. Because I was like, I don't like. I dislike talking about a few things. One of them is things like this when they just get popped on me with no explanation. One is money, but like, if you have an issue with stuff, like, just talk to me about it, man. So it was nice to at least get some resolution there.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch, congratulations. It's awesome, man. It means I don't have to just stew on that in angry silence. Trying to figure out if I want to go in hell bent for election and just be like, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out. Because my other stress response is to be like, to go from 0 to 60 as fast as possible, to go into fight or flight mode and always fight. I don't know, man. Just need to win the lottery. And like I've always said, if I won the lottery, I'd probably still volunteer. And because I really like the kind of work I am involved in, although this part of it, not so much, because it's so like just data entry bullshit.
Yeah.
And like very little of the time do I get to use my actual talents or what I'm good at. Although I will say I had 2 tier 2 files this week where they both scored some of the highest numbers I've ever had. And man, when you've got misdemeanors and felonies across 4 states, there's no way we're fucking taking you. Like, I can't justify that. Like, especially when one of those files I read, they're currently in what is it? AMRTC, which is like a mental health hold, because they were in jail. The jail was like, yeah, they shouldn't be here. They shouldn't be here because they have a mental health problem, and we're not here for that. Like, we're a fucking jail, you know. You need to put them in somewhere else. Ooh, secret cat in a mystery. Ah, nice.
Mitch is here.
Mitch is here. You can't stop him. You can't even
You can, only hope to contain him. You could try to stop him, but it's just going to bring doom upon you. Yeah.
Pox upon you and your families.
And all of your houses.
So, yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. I lost track. My brain's gone poopy McButtholes. I'm going to finish this day, and then I'm going to call it for myself. My own self.
Yeah.
Have you ever gotten into this game where you have the raccoon couple?
No.
Yeah, so one of the big trees falls down, like gets hit by lightning in the center of forest, and like you use 100 hardwood to fix it.
Okay.
And when you do, a raccoon moves in, and he's like, I'm hungry, and he's like, bring me these foods, and you do, and then he gives you a thing.
Ooh.
And then his next thing is, I need to find a wife. And you're like, okay, this sounds like a you problem, raccoon. And so if you bring him stuff, then when you go to meet him again, you can get stuff from his wife because she's cool. But he's like, bring me more food. So that's what I'm on like right now, is trying to get, you got to make him dried purple mushrooms and bring him 5 eggs.
Ooh.
So that's what I'm trying to rock out right now.
That does sound like an interesting birthday week, Mitch. And also, happy birthday to you, buddy.
Nice. Well, Mitch, I'm super excited for you, especially if that means your anarchy relationship can go back into being less of a problem for employment, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Cover my soul. They're no longer your boss. Ooh, let the anarchy begin, baby. I'm very excited for you.
Jeremy Irons in the underappreciated Dungeons and Dragons film.
I don't think anyone has used those words, all those words in one sentence together ever.
They should.
And
we should all give that movie another chance.
And you shouldn't either. You should feel bad for saying that and apologize. Never. And apologize publicly.
Nah, man. It's probably the most lore accurate Dungeons and Dragons piece of media out there.
God damn you. God damn you all to hell.
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying you're wrong.
Oh, I'm saying I'm wrong. I'm saying I'm wrong, man. I know.
Did you both see the new D&D movie?
Yes.
Yeah. At first, I wasn't a big fan.
Did I watch it?
I think you watched it. I think, yeah, you and Alyssa watched it at my house.
Basically works out. It's grown on me. I like it now.
What did you not like about it at first? I'm curious.
It felt too MCU to me. I don't know. It really had the DNA of like a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of thing going on with like funny quip here, funny quip there.
I think that unfortunately is a thing now.
Yeah. I guess I was hoping for if they could have somehow struck the balance between that and like that movie, like The Northman, which I was like, fuck yes, give me more of this, baby. That would have been right up my dark little alley.
I think the problem with that though is that's some dark shit that D&D doesn't want to touch.
Yeah.
Although I would be stoked if Robert Eggers did a D&D movie, but
that'd be sick.
That also will never fucking happen.
No, never, ever, ever.
No.
But I mean, I I appreciate it more. I really do like.
Who knew that Chris Pine would end up being the best Chris?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I really appreciate him in the film. I really like Michelle Rodriguez. Hugh Grant's great. But like then there's just a lot of stuff to it too, where I'm just kind of like, meh.
I think it's hard because you're trying to slam an entire like campaign setting into a movie, but then still you care about characters.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's actually possible.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
but I also think like there was no other. They're so married to that now. Yeah, he is a fantastic piece of shit in both real life and in acting life. I don't know, I mean, what do you do if you're D&D with that? I mean, honestly, like, is there any, you can't use any setting for that.
Yeah.
Although I guess, maybe they will do something different because
Paddington 2 is the bomb.
Paddington 2 is the fucking bomb.
It's so fucking good. It's like one of the most perfect films ever.
It is. But since, according to what I've read, the new edition, but not the band new edition, the default setting is no longer Forgotten Realms.
Oh, really?
They're going back to Greyhawk, baby.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I do love me some Greyhawk.
That's cool. I like that.
I mean, it's basically the OG.
Oh man, if we could have got like a live action version of what is it? Is it Dragonlance, or like Dragon's Bottom, Dragon's like
Yeah, but that was never going to happen because Wizards was in a fight with Hickman and Weiss.
Yeah.
And then once that kind of resolved, thanks to Joe Manganiello's intervention, which is wild to say in a sentence.
Love that guy.
Yeah, too bad Sophia doesn't anymore.
Yeah, he had to move out that sweet ass D&D cave he made. Hope he has a new one.
That's
Joe, if you're watching, hope you got a new one.
Yeah, I know. Joe hit me up. I just feel like, man, what a nice, cool guy, and it just makes me sad that like that shit didn't work out in the end. But
that he's all out of love. He's so lost without her.
Without you. But anyway, he intervened.
I mean, like I do like the movie
because I think a lot of people were like, "Well, Dragonlance would have been like that's like for a lot of people that's like the touchstone. Like they read those books and
I devoured those books when I first got my hands on them. Like I could not wait to like jump into the next one and into the next one. It was such a fantastic tale that they made.
They're like the perfect like action movie equivalent to the Lord of the Rings books.
Yeah. And the dynamic of Raistlin with his like warrior brother whose name is escaping me.
Caramon.
Yeah, but oh man, just loved that. Like you've got the physically strong, but he's kind of, I guess I'd say emotionally weak instead of mentally weak.
Yeah.
And then you've got the physically weak who's just got this, he knows what he's all about and his quest for power. And it's, oh man, it was heartbreaking at times, but also just so thrilling. And
so the reason I said that too is if you haven't watched Tom Cardy's Lord of the Rings song, because that's all I can really think of now. You never heard his Lord of the Rings song?
I don't think I have.
And now they walk.
Aww.
Walk.
Don't bag on my walking Sims.
Walk underground. It's a Balrog. Thou shalt not fuck with me. It's like Tom Cardy as J.R.R. Tolkien pitching the book. And he's also playing the guys he's pitching the book to. He's like, and he's like, I'm only a third of the way done.
It's reading entire language.
It's really good. And it's only like a minute and a half long because it's Tom Cardy and he fucking squeezes all the goodness in.
Yeah. He knows how to do that.
Yes, he does.
You're a cunt.
That has turned into one of my favorite fucking things. Like anytime I'm like kind of feeling bad, since that's like 45 seconds, maybe I put it on. I'm just like, God damn, it's so good.
It is.
I think I've sent that to my brother at least once a month since I first saw it.
Oh, I totally missed Mitch pitching Planescape movie. I would watch that. I'd watch that.
I would too, but I think that like you need somebody who can give it the 80s Terry Gilliam feel it needs.
Oh yeah.
And since Terry Gilliam has also turned out to be a complete nutbag piece.
He's a salty boy. Yeah.
He's just a dickhead. I mean, if you're like one of your things you posit is that Me Too is bad for people because it, I can't remember how he justified that.
I remember. Yeah, it was really like what?
Yeah, man, you really turned out to be a bad person.
Yeah,
which is sad because I always enjoyed his stuff.
Oh,
and his imagination and everything he did. I mean, just So to see that, I was like, God damn, you are really
like Time Bandits is. Oh man,
boy, did you see the trailer for that piece of shit remake?
I watched the first episode with
I'm
my
sorry.
sister.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Luckily, I fell asleep like 40 minutes into it.
How can you have that many good people involved?
I don't know.
And
Taika Waititi.
that's another thing, man. I feel like Taika Waititi's lost his fucking fastball.
I think
bad.
so. Well, actually, he made this really fun movie called Next Goal Wins, and it's a true to life story of I think a rugby team, and it's really good. But like when you give him a bunch of money lately, it's just like, fuck, no, dude, like hold back. And I'm saying this as someone who did find some enjoyment in.
See, there's Raccoon House.
Aww.
But yeah, he's
pretty cool.
He's definitely I don't know. I think he's starting to fill his cups up with his own farts.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of that. It's really bad. I look at that and it's a lot of like people I liked are now like shitty boomers. They're not even like it's not the fact that they're boomers because there's lots of people. My parent
Yeah.
Is a boomer.
Don't trust aging comedians. Yeah, no, you're right. You are very right on that, Mitch.
I kind of think too, like when I think about that, I'm like, what would George Carlin say?
Yeah, he came to mind too. He was the one guy who like stayed like didn't. Well, there's others out there, but like for that tier of comedian, never compromised himself and always stayed like on point with what his message was. It was consistent, But man, like seeing what happened, like Chappelle and shit like that, it's just like, what the fuck happened?
I think some of that is like money changes you.
Oh yeah,
because that's my thing with Dave Chappelle is like,
yeah,
Dave Chappelle like before money is talking about like, how shitty the man is and stuff, and then like gets money, and then all of a sudden doesn't want certain people moving into his neighborhood.
Yeah, he when he was going on about all his trans shit, I was like, oh, that's funny because he transitioned into an old white man. Like he really did.
Like I was surprised, like I was listening to Neil Brennan on something and how they've kind of managed to bury the hatchet, and I was like, because the guy he was talking to, who was another comedian, he was like, I never would have forgiven Dave.
Yeah.
You're a way better fucking guy than I am, because I'd have been like, fuck you. The way he did you dirty.
He did.
I mean, he basically did everything but scream, you're the fucking white devil.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yeah, I know, but Dave and I have been friends for a long time. And I think I was like, still like, no, you don't do people like that, especially not people in the comedy business who you came up with and who like helped make your fucking career.
He was his writing partner forever. Like so much of Dave's comedy comes from Neil as well. Like it's so, yeah. And you can definitely, I feel like, see the change in everything once that rift happened.
I mean, hey, if you want to stick with a guy because you got loyalty to him, good for fucking you. But when he burns you again, I won't be crying for you because he will. I have no doubt about it. He's an unscrupulous man.
Yeah. I don't know. Once when he was like, we got to give Trump a chance, I was just like, wait, what?
Son of a bitch. My feeling about that is if you have to put those words in the same sentence together, then yeah, I don't want to give you any of my money at any time ever going forward.
Yeah.
But not to get political, but this is a mistake. I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I went downstairs. I shouldn't have. It's 1:50.
Why is it a mistake? Inform me.
Because it's almost 2:00, and it means I'm going to go to sleep.
Oh.
Now, the nice thing is I'll go to sleep in my house so I don't lose money and shit. But I just...
Yeah, we were talking Chappelle, Mitch.
Fuck that guy. All right, I'm going to call it quits. And we've been fucking streaming for almost 2 hours. Holy
yeah.
Douglas, where can motherfuckers find you on the internet?
Nowhere. Only here on this Twitch channel every couple weeks.
Yeah, we got some other
And that's it.
shit going on. Oh, we got to run that Mountain Monsters game.
Oh yeah.
We do. Can we just do it during Extra Life?
If you want.
Would that make it easier? Yeah.
Oh, by the way, all you people who are on this call, this stream, and you two assholes, I put a poll up in Discord, and I think 2 people voted on it.
If I wasn't one of those people, I heartfeltly apologize.
That's fucked up. I got 4. I got 4 votes. It doesn't tell me who voted.
Let's just say I did.
115 minutes left. If you ain't vote, you better vote now because it's tied 2-2. I put up 4 things based upon their name, and 1 is just a game. I just couldn't think of a way to name it because it's a no DM game. But I'll tell you what, in case it helps you, I'll tell you what the games are. Nakograd 1981 is Hellboy. If you're me and I'm me, then who the hell are they? Is the Marvel Multiverse RPG. Save the Last Bullet for me is We Deal in Lead. Where the Sun Don't Ever Shine is Mothership. What
channel is this on the Discord?
It's in miniseries games.
Okay.
And the Zone is just the Zone, and I know that Colin and I at least are going to play it.
Oh, yeah.
The nice thing about Mothership is all the tools to play it you can get online for free, actually like laid out. We'd have to share the screen because there is no DM in that game. It is a game that's kind of got the same feel as like movies like Annihilation, sort of the thing.
Yeah.
Because you all are headed into an area, or Stalker or Roadside Picnic type of thing.
Oh yeah.
You were going into an area and you know you're probably not coming out, and if you do come out, it's going to be not the same. So it's, if anyone's played or watched people play Fiasco, which I highly recommend you go onto YouTube and watch the Extra Life stream of the year. I played it because I played a dumb high school kid who was sleeping with an older woman. And at the end of the game, when we're all like trying to figure out how the ending's going to go, they're like, so-and-so is going to kill Ben's character. And I was like, oh yeah, my character has to die. He's too stupid to live. Like if he doesn't die, I'd be shocked. It was very much like, I can't remember what Coen Brothers movie that is, where Brad Pitt is like the personal trainer.
Oh, Burn After Reading.
Burn After Reading. It's very much similar to that. Because for those that don't know, that when you're playing Fiasco, it is based on playing games in kind of the same themes and vibe as a Coen Brothers movie. It's like a writer's room game. And that's what the Zone is as well. So
which one is the Mountain Monsters?
Mountain Monsters not on there.
Oh, well.
Apparently
the Zone is the Coen Brothers one?
No, that's Fiasco. The Zone is the game that's like Fiasco, but it's like it's built around the ideas of like Roadside Picnic and Stalker and Annihilation and things like that.
Whoa!
But you and I are gonna play it regardless. We just got to find a couple other people because there's no DM. I don't have to fucking prep for that at all. It's literally like you get cards, but there's the digital tool, so you can actually like all the cards and everything are in front of you on the screen. Because there's nothing that's hidden.
Okay. If we are going to do the Zone, then
just going to find a couple other people who might be interested in playing something a little more horror.
This is going to be tough.
Well, you got 115 minutes.
Boom.
So yeah, Doug, no one can find you anywhere until we play Mountain Monsters or until Bad at Games next.
Correct.
Okay. Well, good. Oh, good for you. Colin. Conlito.
You can find me
spitting in the face of people who aren't cool.
I do that, and I eat apples.
That's what I call you, Conlito.
I love it. You can find me Sundays on prep school when I don't have my chillins with me. You can find me this Tuesday night doing Meng on Meng. I'm going to bust
Do
out
our
either
thing.
some Star Wars or some Monkey Kid. I'm not sure what set I want to do yet.
Isn't that like the set that's kind of like taking the stuff from Chima?
It's like Chima and Ninjago and a little bit of Star Wars all mashed together, and it's fantastic. The designs of the builds are great, and the minifigs that come with are just wonderful.
Oh shit, Shaggy's dropping shit in the Discord.
Oh shit. The following week, that Thursday, you can find Ben and I. We're going to be trading off vampire movies, I believe. I have yet to find one that he has not seen, so I am
Seal up vampire movies.
I'm like, what's going on?
And I told Colin he has to watch The Shed.
Hey, have you seen Innocent Blood by John Keep Rolling Landis?
No, and I refuse to watch things.
Oh, god damn it. It's kind of fun. Okay, I'll find
John
something.
or his shitty fucking sexual assaulting son. They can both drop fucking dead.
Yeah, they could. And then
Mystery Wrestling is so good.
You can also find me doing Hidden Path Star Wars next time we're doing that. And yeah, here and there I'm Creeping Colin on Steam and Xbox stuff. Also shameless plug, Second Chances Personal Training on Facebook and Instagram. If you or someone you know wants to get some fitness going and have an accountability buddy going with you,
but not someone you love.
But no, don't tell anyone you love. Tell people you hate, and tell me that you hate them, and I'll make their training session hell. But let's not spread that around. Okay. But yeah, so that's me in a nutshell. Ben, how about you?
You can find me here Sunday. I need to get prep done for Monday, which is actually Monday and the next Monday, because it's back-to-back weeks of D&O, and I'm still having problems of wrapping my head around what I'm going to do with one of the originals leaving for, a unspecified amount of time. Monday will be D&O regardless, I guess. Tuesday, Meng on Meng. Hey, I'll show these two heads off that I just got in the mail.
Oh, yeah.
Today. Alternative head for Squeeze, which is just fucking great. I'm so stoked about this head sculpt. It's so much better than the regular one. It's to a stupid degree better. And the other one I got in the mail today, the other one, I'm all right. What the fuck happened to Taste Stations? An alternate Webster head. And it's like very, very, very good. It's almost like a Hordak and Webster kind of mashup head. So I will try to get those two at least. Like I said, Zenithald. I got a bunch of heads in different stages of completion. Some I just need to seal, like Skeleton. So I might paint a little this week. I don't know. And then that's it for next week. That's the only thing I got going until the next Sunday. So I'm kind of stoked. Like next week is pretty empty, but I might see if I can convince Doug and Cassandra to play a little Stardew. We'll see. Doug will be Doug's playing WoW right now while we're talking. I can tell because he's just like looking straight ahead. He's like going, but I can see the fucking WoW wheel turning.
I'm leveling my tailoring, so
of course you are, Douglas.
It's exciting times.
It is. It's big times. It's big times things going on. Oh man, now we got 7 votes.
Whoa.
Updated. If you're me and I'm me, then who the hell are they? Is now winning with 4 votes, which is doubled the save the last bullet for me. And if that's what wins, I have to read that whole fucking Marvel Multiverse game. I had the digital file, but I actually got my hands on a physical copy of the book for $20
Hey.
with shipping included, which is crazy. And if you're wondering what the zone is, what the digital tool looks like, actually right above the poll I posted is a video on YouTube that shows how the whole thing works and explains why the guy who made the game's like, I'm never going to charge for this website.
Oh, wow.
Because I want people to play my game. So you still need the rules, but the digital website with all the tools to play, it's free. Because I think that's the way games should be used. Yeah, public shaming. It's number one in my toolbox. Yeah, I don't know if I have anything else except for to say thank you. Thank you to Doug.
Yeah.
For taking us on a magical mystery tour of Azeroth and his little gnome boy wizard. Thanks to Colin for hanging out and just being a cool motherfucker.
That's right.
Thanks to Larry Dickham because he been stealing. Thanks to me. You know why. And thanks to the chat.
Yeah,
you guys
chat's
are
awesome.
as always. And thanks to anyone who watches this in the future. Thanks for watching it and hanging out. And I'm sorry. Also, many Bombus is upon you.